Good morning, pregame crew. It is Wednesday, April 13th, 2022, 8:23 a.m. Eastern, 6:23 a.m. Mountain Time. I'm Chark Al-Lori, and you are at the pregame show. So what I do here every morning... Oh, battery is low on my speaker. Sorry about that. And what I do here every morning is I go over the indices, commodity, crypto, movers and shakers of the day, and I'll get started officially in 7 minutes. If you want to fast forward to when this clock down here says 6:30, you can fast forward if you'd like. Audio visual check, please. Hi, Maddie, Jerome. Hey, Empower and Chuck. Thanks, Chuck. My day can get started now. Hey, Robert, Chad, Michelle, Mary, Matthew, Night Truck, Colby, my girl, Tamazon, Rosemary, Colby, Topher, Greg, Lisa, Roger, Maria, Amara, Asia, good morning. How are y'all doing? Are you doing all right? I hope so. The market is pulling back pretty hard this morning. We've given up 65% of the bounce from yesterday morning to high of CPI reaction. Actually, sorry. From the low of yesterday at market close to the high of overnight bounce, we've given up 65% of that bounce. Giving up a lot. Yeah, hit the like button, please. I'd appreciate it. Let me scroll back here and see what type of requests we have. Matthew and our silver bug. We have a double top, Matthew, right here at 1401 and 1399. We have a double top on silver. This is a laggard to silver. Silver's already gotten this break. Let's look at silver. Let me make sure of that. That was April 5th. Back on April 5th. Yeah, silver is way beyond that. So AG is definitely a laggard to silver. I would say it could possibly be a good long. And I would be looking long compared to 1364. The low put in right near market close, 1364. I would look to bottom fish that. Here's where I'd put my fishing pole. Pretty funny, my daughter and son-in-law are in Louisiana visiting my parents, and she FaceTimed me yesterday. They were fishing, and I'm like, God, I talk about fishing all day, every day, and now I get to watch fishing. We have PPI numbers in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, Matthew. That's very nice to say. I'm lucky to have y'all here. I'm so lucky. Okay, now let me go back. We did AG. Let's see, who's next? WHR. Whirlpool. Okay, we had earnings season kickoff this morning, and I have tons to say about that. Okay, daily EMAs are still a problem for Whirlpool. We're in a daily downtrend. And we're in a weekly downtrend. This is definitely weaker than SPY, weaker than QQQ, weaker than most of the names we're looking at. We're in a monthly downtrend. The bears are going to continue to short this one as long as it's working and daily EMAs are rejecting, which we're back at the 21 EMA. We need to change the 4-hour trend to change the character of this chart. We have had an hourly uptrend. However, we lost that at the end of yesterday when we lost 174.89. So we're back in an hourly downtrend now. 181.69 is that key resistance to get over and get over the armadillo voodoo of the daily 21 EMA that keeps suppressing price here. Get over that and then start defeating these bears. But right now, bears have full control of this chart. Good morning. How are ya? Trading Coach. That is one trading book I haven't read, and I thought I had read it. All the trading books. Hunting, fishing, loving every day. Gotta love Luke Bryan. Hey, MG, how are you? Thanks for being here. Okay, so MJ. We're looking for a weekly high or low. Why, oh why must you torture me? Okay, we've given up about 75% of this move, so bulls are not doing themselves any favor here. We have a potential daily bear flag forming here. Coming up into the daily EMAs from below and rejecting. See this upper wick of profit taking? 922 is your next support, and then 912. Odds favor, you'd reject on any bounce coming into 977, and we'd be looking for an hourly low or high to top fish. EDB. PSX. This is a metal name, obviously very bullish. Gold and silver are bullish. Dollar is forming a bearish diamond reversal pattern right now on the hourly, I believe was when I looked at it earlier. So that's good for metals as well. You have a daily higher high, you have a squeeze, you have enough runway on the daily for an even higher move. Doesn't mean you'll get it. 4-hour potential bull flag. And your supports are the low of yesterday, 33.04 and 32.57, resistance 33.83, and above 33.83 is 35.44. So I'd call this a double top right now with that 33.71, 33.83. Good morning. Hey, Dustin, you're welcome. So who do I have here this morning? I have 1 minute till I get started. So are y'all day traders, swing traders, full-time professional traders? Who are you? Tell me something about yourself. I'm going to get started in 1 minute with the indices, commodities, crypto, movers and shakers of the day. We have a weak market, folks. And I'm not seeing any silver lining anywhere. Well, metals and energy. That's the silver lining. You're a swinger. Day trade, Kirkuki. Day trade futures. Man, day trading futures is where it's at, in my opinion. Day trader. Day scraper. Jessica. All right, DJ, if you've been losing money constantly, then pump the brakes. Pump the brakes, and let's get a new plan going. How about that? No, Jessica, I'm not letting you fix it. It's scraper. It has to stay scraper. Retired teacher. All right, Bob the Butcher. Y'all ready to get started? Good morning, friends. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter, I'd appreciate it. And I'm part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis. And every morning I get on here and I try to get you ready for the day. I always say that I wake up and all the puzzle pieces are dumped on the floor and I slowly start putting it together and I share with you my findings. And together we try to make a trading plan for the day. So let's go look at my notes. So if you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description to receive a PDF explanation. And I use jargon such as Queen of the Mountain, ninjas only, and that's what that means here. And then these are my notes that I share with Chart Guys members. So when I shut down the video, I copy and paste these notes and I bring them over to our community so you can mark them up as you see fit. So markets closed Friday. Don't forget that. I have been reminding everyone for 2 weeks and I forgot yesterday. I'm like, I have a couple more days left on this option. No, I don't have 3 days left. I have 2 days left. So don't forget that. So Jpm Earnings this morning had a revenue beat and a very tiny miss on earnings per share and announced a $30 billion buyback. Okay. There's only been one other company that's announced a buyback that big this year. This is in the top 2 buybacks of the year. And bears are taking it downtown. So that to me says buckle up for this first quarter earnings season that kicked off this morning. That is very, very alarming. So they had only good earnings priced in. If you miss just a little bit, they're going to punish you. So JPM is getting punished. So watch out for all of your correlation trades with XLF names. Watch it because if you're Wells Fargo and Friday, I believe, no, they report tomorrow, I believe. They report and say they know they're going to have a tiny miss. They're going to take them down too. So just please be careful with your financial names. Let's look at JPM. So we are breaking this key weekly support in pre-market. But bears are going to want to do that during regular trading hours. Take out 12727. If they can defend 12727 in regular trading hours, defend it, and possibly get that weekly higher low, that would be good for JPM bulls. This chart does not look good. Look at this. I don't point these out a lot, but look at this inverse cup and handle that we had. So we had this rounded top, and that's just bears constantly selling into the pop. And then we have this bear flag for the handle. This is bearish. So 12727 is your support, and below that is 12735. Nope, sorry, that's not below that. That's above that. The next support, 12377. All right, let's look at earnings. No, let's not look at earnings because they were terrible. Let's look at the 4-hour on ES. So at yesterday's close to the overnight high, 442850, we've pulled back about 65% of that bounce. That is not good for market bulls. Market bulls are not set up well this morning at all. If I would say one maybe, baby, tiny little silver lining, and this is not, I can't even draw this with good conscience. I was going to say a potential diamond reversal pattern coming at the bottom of a trend, which is a bullish pattern, but it's just not formed well, so I'm not going to call it that. So we have a 2-hour EQ, 4-hour, an hourly downtrend. The hourly 50 MA has been a headache for the bulls. So whatever chart you're looking at, pull up the hourly 50 MA and see where price is relative to that moving average, and it'll show you outperformers. Look at RTY. RTY is above the hourly 50 MA. We're above it. YM, below. Nasdaq, below. ES, below. So IWM is still outperforming, which is kind of crazy for me that IWM is outperforming when that is typically a risk-off asset. When the market is not doing well, what are you going to throw away first? You're going to throw away Apple or AMC? You're going to throw away AMC, the small caps. So the fact that IWM is outperforming is a little perplexing for me, but nonetheless, I'm going to go with the chart. And y'all remember what this crazy lady said yesterday about Bitcoin when we were looking at that CPI reaction? And we were looking at the reaction and we were bouncing pretty hard in NASDAQ and ES. And I'm like, whoa, time out. Bitcoin isn't doing the same thing. Bitcoin still had a 4-hour bear flag on the table. And I typed out yesterday, is Bitcoin our canary? Is it telling us this is a false move? And it did. It signaled that it was a false move in the indices. We can't always trade that information. It's just something you have to put in the back of your head and say, okay, I'm not going to trust these market bulls because Bitcoin is telling me don't trust them. Make them prove it to you with trend changes. And when they can't do that, you know not to believe them. So Bitcoin was a huge canary for us yesterday. Let's go look at Bitcoin now. So we held this 4-hour low, 39204. We held that. And now we have a little EQ going on. And guess what is rejecting price? The hourly 50 MA. And Joey says that this is a boomer. It is a boomer moving average. That's why it works so well on commodities. The 50, the 100, and 200 simple moving averages that older traders like to trade commodities, and they like those moving averages, and that's why they work so well in commodities. It makes me kind of chuckle every time he says that because I'm probably a boomer, but I don't want to identify as one. However, this little boomer metric of this hourly 50 MA sure is rejecting price on Bitcoin. So support 39550, resistance 40275 and 40294. So for me, hourly 50 MA, that becomes the hurdle everybody must jump through in order for me to start believing any type of bull move. Otherwise, 80% of what I'm looking to short bounces. I have a few bottom fish setups again today that I'm looking at. But right now, we need the market cooperation in order for those to work. So we're dipping back below the 50 MA on ETH, and your next support is 3005, then 2966, resistance 3070, then 3089. I know, Joey, right? Okay. And by the way, I have a hard time scanning the room and reading your comments, plus ripping through 25 charts in 25 minutes. So I'll try to get to your comments when I'm done with the charts if I can. NASDAQ support 13881 and 14098. Y'all see what's different here? We broke this low of April 11th. We broke this low. On ES, we broke this low. On Bitcoin, we didn't. Bitcoin held. Bitcoin held this 39204. This one, sorry. It held that level. So Bitcoin has a little bit stronger in holding support and making a stand, but still can't get through the hourly 50 MA. Note to self, do not gulp a whole Stanley cup of water before you go live. Pro tip. The Hang Seng Index is up 0.26%. The DAX is down almost 8%. And we track the DAX more than any other international market from what I gather and what I've been observing for a few years. We track the DAX more so. And that does not bode well for the market today, that we're down 0.93%. All right. So ES hourly downtrend, hourly 50 MA continues to be a problem. RTY is the only one that's above the hourly 50 MA, but we still are in hourly downtrends on all of these indices. We are in hourly downtrends. And VIX, when I looked at it a couple hours ago, we were in an hourly EQ. Let's go look at VIX. Yep, still in an hourly EQ. I love it when it's just so clear. Keep it simple for this blonde lady this early in the morning. Look at that hourly EQ. Resistance 24.97, 25.38. And here's what I do. I say, tell me when we get close to this resistance. I want to know. Tell me when we get close to this support. I want to know. Because it can give me heads up for the indices, because we typically move inverse to VIX. All right, let me go back to my notes. All right, and Bitcoin and Ethereum, we have daily inside bars, which says a lot, again, for these instruments that we have inside bars, because ES was not able to manage an inside bar, neither was Nasdaq, neither was YM to RTY. RTY wasn't able to either. It broke the low of the prior day. So again, that shows a little bit more relative strength with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Your resistance is 40705, 39250 support. Ethereum resistance 3089 and support 2950. So the yellow candles mean inside bars. And again, if you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the video description. There's a link in the video description below. Commodities, gold, 4-hour and hourly uptrend. Bulls are in control as long as these 4-hour EMAs are below price. Let's go look at it. Okay, you could short IWM with TZA. It is a 3 times bear IWM ETF. So it is leveraged, so caution there. TZA is bearish, TNA is bullish. 3 times leverage, so careful, careful. All right, let's go back and look at gold. So gold, we are through these resistances. Bulls have been putting on a show. They broke resistance that I marked an hour ago. Little PPI reaction here. This is a little bearish formation. This is a diamond bearish reversal pattern forming on gold. We need to get through 1984.8 in order to negate the low of that reaction, 1975 support. Then below that, 1973 and 1969. Oil, we have inventory today at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Don't forget nat gas inventory tomorrow. So despite it being a holiday week, the holiday is on a Friday, not a Monday. So our inventory dates and times did not change. You have support on oil at 101.36. And y'all, these commodities love to do that. Look at that. 13 cent bear break and then into a push. It does it all the time with nat gas and oil. So just be careful with that commodities action. Potential little hourly bull flag. As long as these hourly EMAs are below price, this all favors the bulls. Same thing with gold. Hourly EMAs below price favors the bulls. Nat gas, hourly EMA below price favors the bulls. Look at this chart. Look at that parabolic move. Unbelievable. Nat gas support 666, 665, 660, and resistance 6947, and then $7 psychological. Then above that, 823 would be your next support. So we're coming into an area here in 2008. You see that fast move down? we're coming to an area without a lot of resistance overhead. It just took all that out. So 823 and 905 are the next resistances above $7 psychological. And we do have a nat gas IPO this week. I don't know what day. I forget. I think it's EEG is the ticker it's taking over. I'm not sure. It is a nat gas company. It's the first $100 million plus IPO we've had in 2 months. So pretty big company, nat gas, based out of the Woodlands, Texas. So be looking for that. And if someone knows that ticker name, let me know and throw it out there. But that may be a fun name to trade or even invest in if you are looking for an energy play. All right. Let's go look at Queen of the Mountains. So again, gold is bullish, and silver is bullish. Gold is bullish, silver is bullish. Copper and platinum are slight laggards to gold and silver. I have to look when I'm getting messages. Okay, I'm just making sure when I get messages from my mods in chat, I want to make sure there's nothing I'm missing and that I'm not having technical issues. Okay, what I'm looking for is for Apple to get over 16987. It is so crucial for Apple to change this hourly trend, get over the hourly 50 MA. The market needs it. 16980. I'm just setting my alert just right inside that. I want to know when Apple gets over that level. If Apple gets over that level, my little T account, that goes on the bullish side. And that is super bullish if Apple can change the hourly trend. It is so crucial for this market for Apple to change the hourly trend and get this freaking weekly high or low set. Do I sound annoyed? Good, because I am annoyed. Bears are just so smug, especially when they're fully in charge like they are now. And bulls, I don't think we get too cocky and smug. I don't know. Maybe I'm having a rough morning. Okay, so we have pulled back 50% of that weekly move. We need to get over 16987. And I'm not watching this for a trade for myself for Apple. I'm watching this for an indication for the overall market, and I want to look for a Nasdaq long. So that's how I use this information. It's not that I'm always trading Apple, but I'm always watching Apple, always. Okay, BBBY. Well, they couldn't have stunk up earnings any more than they did. I would look for a short on any bounce. They had a huge miss, not a tiny miss like JPM. They had a huge miss. So I would look to short any bounce on BBBY. Your resistances are 1780. Actually, let me give you one closer. $16.49, $17, and then $17.80. CLX. Okay, this is an interesting setup. So I'm looking for a weekly lower high here. Bulls be crazy too, Maddie, you're right. You're so right. They can be crazy too. You are so right. Thanks for calling me out on that. Maybe I'm just frustrated with one particular bear. How about that? We look like we have a potential weekly inverse head and shoulders that could shape up on Clorox, but that's not where we are right here on the chart. I'm looking for a short of Clorox, and that is against 15129. So I'm looking for a weekly lower high. I think I typed 4 hour and that was wrong. It was an hourly potential head and shoulders. We break the low of yesterday, 14605. I like Clorox to the short side. Let me go fix that in my notes. Potential hourly head and shoulders, looking for the weekly lower high. Do y'all see the confluence of, here's my thesis. My thesis is I'm looking for a weekly lower high. Okay, then I scroll into lower time frames. I say, whoa, I see a bearish pattern. And then I have the confluence of where my fishing pole is up here around 151 for Clorox. And my fishing pole is this head and shoulders. And I'm looking for a loss of that neckline on that right shoulder. Looking for the loss of that neckline. Does that make sense? So it probably looks like I'm a little crazy, and that may be accurate, but I'm looking to short one of the stronger names in the market when we have all these other weak names. But it's just the odds favor a weekly lower high when you V-shape like this from a lower low. Odds favor a weekly lower high. I would say this is the Queen of the Mountain trade for me today, actually. the Clorox one. Okay, so GDX. I like GDX long for an hourly bottom fish against 39.69. Gold looks strong. I've been saying it for days now. It's an explosive chart. Gold has had an explosive chart with a squeeze. GDX and GDXJ are no exception. They have squeezes, and I like GDX long. And if you've missed it this week, I would look to bottom fish against 39.69. And if you want a leveraged instrument, you could look to trade Nugget for GDX or JNUG for GDXJ. IWM. IWM is stronger than the other indices. It's just stronger. We held the low of April 11th of Monday. We held it, and we broke through the high. So I like a bottom fish of 19642 of IWM. And because of our four indices, if you're looking to play long, IWM is positioned better than NQ, then ES, and then the Dow. Google, do I not know my alphabet that goes before IWM? So Google had some bullish news this morning about some expansion, which expansion sometimes involves cash deployment and debt, so that may not be super bullish. It had a nice little bounce going this morning. I still like a bottom fish of 25.35 on Google, looking for that weekly higher low. REMX. This is the rare earth strategic metals ETF. This has been bullish. We are at the 50 RSI on the weekly. We have a squeeze, and I like scouting this weekly higher low. And the 4-hour got oversold yesterday. So I like a bottom fish of REMX against yesterday's low of 107.80. And if we lose 107.80, then hands off of this trade and we wait for the bulls to find a bottom on this weekly chart. And then finally, SMH. SMH, this is a diamond, a bullish diamond reversal pattern, but it's totally up to the bulls to prove it. They're weaker than everybody else. Get over 248.16 for gosh sake. I'm looking for this weekly higher low compared to 23732. I'm looking for the weekly higher low, and I'm looking for a swing of SOXL. And the bulls, I scalped it yesterday, and I got a win and I got a small loss on it, and I'm still looking for this bottom to be put in. So on SPY down here, if I know when it's coming down hard into support, it's like the last thing you want to do is buy that. But as long as that support is holding, it's a great area to buy. And that's what I'm looking for with SMH. But the bulls haven't proven anything, so I just wait. Get over yesterday's high, and I'm more convinced that this weekly higher low is most likely set. And I would say first resistance is 245.15. Crowd had a great day yesterday and then gave it all back. They had a big upgrade yesterday, huge upgrade, and then they just could not fend off the market bears. So the market got bearish, and crowd, it just ruined the bull party on crowd. They had a nice party going, and it just got pummeled by the bears. So you could look to bottom fish 22233 because we are stronger than a lot of the other tech names. We're above the hourly 50 MA. Okay, so Litecoin is stronger because Bitcoin is still inside yesterday's price action, and Litecoin has broken bull over yesterday's price action. The high of 105.78, we broke over it. So hourly uptrend, 4-hour uptrend. Odds favor a daily lower high compared to 114.50. Tesla has a daily double bottom at 974, 976. We do have a daily double bottom. It's definitely outperforming QQQ. We've retraced 50% of this move. Wait, that's not true. We're not quite at 50%. We're fighting to hold the daily EMAs. We're above the daily 50 MA, and hourly 50 MA is still a headache problem. For Tesla, got to get over yesterday's high, 1021. You see, I have my alert set. I want to know if Tesla gets over it and sets that weekly high or low. Tilray. We're at the daily 50 MA. This is put up or shut up right here for the bulls. 613 support, then 605, resistance 647 and 680. I like a bottom fish of 613. As long as we get pretty close there and my stop is not too far away. Did I go through all my notes? Yeah, I did. Okay, one more request. Yep, I did gold. Go look at it one more time. Gold is bullish. As long as these hourly EMAs are in charge, large and in charge, gold is bullish. And then you could also say as long as the hourly 50 RSI holds, we're bullish. NVIDIA. Hourly 50 MA problem. We're holding to 1159. On the weekly, this support is 20650 that we need to hold. 212.82 is yesterday's low. Need to hold that and get over yesterday's high. Okay, last one. You're welcome. UEC, uranium, it's bullish. Daily RSI is overbought. Weekly is not. I would still call this a double top, 598 and 579. That is not a big bull break with follow through. 598 is your resistance, 569. I would be looking to buy support of 569 and short resistance of $6. All right, that's it for me. Thanks for joining. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notify button, bring a friend tomorrow, phone a friend, call your mama and them. All right, y'all, use stop losses.